Everybody's ready to watch the game.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Beyond the Gate with Dustman and Nate. I am Dustman and to bring you another awesome episode, my dog Nate.
What's up everybody? Nate here. And on this week's episode, we have none other than Troy on. Troy's been a long time track goer at the Rock. He currently has the Freeport team. There's a whole lot of stuff going. So we're going to get to know him, figure out everything he has done and what he's going to do in 2022 as we get rolling into this. So what's the first thing you want to know about Troy?
Let's see. Let's see. When
There's
did
not
you,
a lot.
There's
You
not a
don't
lot.
already know.
Well, let's see. Let's start with the bio.
Just a good
what
old
class?
one.
What class
Yeah,
were
what
you
class
raised?
you riding in?
I just turned 50, so now I'm in the 46 to 50. Still, I guess I'm still in the 46 to 50
Right.
expert class.
I mean, that's how I kind of like judge how old I am. It's just by how old my class is. Because like my wife asked, how old Nate was again, and I said he's 26 to 35. So I mean,
Yeah.
you can still consider yourself, like the young one in there.
No, I'll be the old one.
Right,
in there,
well,
46 to 50.
Yeah, but so you tell somebody, hey man, I'm 46 to 50. It'll just sound better.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess it's better than 51 to.
Right. Yeah, because then it's like
Mark Melton's
51 and
age.
over. Yeah, 51 and over. Yeah.
So how long have you been riding at the Rock?
Started riding there in my teens. I didn't race, but we could just go over there and ride. The track was open. So you could go there and ride anytime you wanted, really. And screw up the berms for Jake.
Yeah.
But yeah, since
And when did you start racing?
I didn't race until I was 19.
Yeah. And what'd you start racing on? What kind of bike?
It was a freestyle bike, a 1984 Hutch Trick Star.
Right on.
Nice.
But you wish you never got rid of that one right now,
It was beat. The poor
Yeah.
guy that bought it got a frame that was cracked in two different places.
huh? Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the bikes that everybody makes them out to be.
Right.
They're kind of junky.
It's just one of those things, like
Yeah.
back in the day thing,
Yeah. Fair enough.
But it is what it is. I broke a lot of PK rippers, and but I mean, as time gone on, stuff's gotten better. So
Right.
A lot better.
yeah,
They've gotten a lot better.
right.
When you started running, what team did you ride for back then? Like,
No
what was-
team.
No teams?
No.
I know you're running a team at Rockford, right?
I am. I
when'd you start
manage.
doing
I
that?
co-manage with a few other guys.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one. Kubo does a lot. Zach does a lot. Everybody kind of pitches in. We're a team. I mean, it's not just me.
Right on.
At which I know we talked about Freeport being I think actually on the last one,
Yeah.
or with Oliver, we stole a couple of
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
We stole
Yeah.
a couple of their.
They
team
ripped them
riders.
off.
Yeah. They made some good riders, and we had
It's all good. They are moving on to the next level.
Yeah.
Freeport BMX team is one of the beginners team, like the novice riders, the intermediate riders, the kids that are going places, and
Right.
they end up going places. We've had a few of our riders that have gone on to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's really, because you rode for Freeport back in the day at one point, right?
Yeah,
Rode the PHK back then.
yeah.
So back in the day, then when you started, how did you actually get involved into riding?
I've been riding, I don't know, forever. I mean, as long as
What drew you
I
to
can
riding?
remember. Just, you guys know, you grab a bike, it's a way to get somewhere. It's the way to be you. It's just, I mean, it's something everybody that's watching this probably already knows. It's, it's your bike. You get on it and you go, and it takes you places.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does.
And well, see, that's the thing though, because like now, there's a lot of kids that don't understand that. Like back in the day, we got a hold of each other when we were texting each other. It was us riding our bike to their house. It wasn't, it wasn't getting on a phone and seeing if, hey, what's up? No, it was getting on your bike and riding.
You found the party by riding around and looking for it.
Yeah, for sure. You found the whole pile of bikes, and that's where you knew your friends were.
Yeah.
So that's definitely, definitely different
Definitely,
style. Of,
everything's different.
yeah, definitely a different style of world we live in now. But
That is true.
But so where did you actually start off riding, like, before the racetrack?
Every street, back in those days, there wasn't a lot of trails to go ride. There was no skate parks. There was finding a good curb on a certain street, could turn into a session.
Yeah.
And it's evolved. Now there's trails, you can go ride. Skate parks, you can go ride. Tracks, you can go ride. Back in those days, it was you just had to go find something to ride.
Yeah, some stairs or something.
A rail to grind or whatever.
Yeah. And so when I know when I was young, that's when I first started. I've known since I was, 5 years old. What made you guys go down to the trails that I grew up on and start building on that down there?
Actually, the birth of the trails we're talking about started when I was living in Colorado. Some friends that I used to ride with headed down there and started developing those trails and made them what they've become today. Got here a few years later. We've continued to keep them going as much as we can, with as much help as we can, which is hard to find these days.
Oh yeah,
Good help is hard to find.
It's just
even
a passion for the sport that continues you to keep doing what needs to be done. If you don't do it, nobody else will, type of thing. And lucky enough, we were able to have a few people like that kept the place going. So kids have a place to go.
So talking about that, you guys, I remember when I was about, I had to been about 7 years old, over at a guy named Chris Dakin's house. You guys made a big old trash. I don't know, maybe I thought it was trash. But it was a it was a tabletop.
Again, I had nothing to do with the building of that junk. I was living out west at the time.
Yeah.
I did make it back for that jam. It was fun. It was a good time. It was an outdoor biking party.
How old were you back then?
I had to been 95, 4, 3-ish.
Yeah, I started riding when I was 5, so in 94, so it had to be like 95, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it was back in those days. We did things like that. We'd have a
set up right in his house,
jumping
jam right next to his house. They had to go, they had to cross the street, and cross the street, and then fly across the street, and then jump, dude. It was like they had this piece of wood though, set up on the curb.
It was a hog roast. We had a hog roast going, so it was already a party, and kegs of beer.
Yep,
and we were having a good time.
And the tabletop was pretty big too.
Right on.
For what I can remember, I was only 6 years old, so this table was big to me back then.
It was fun.
So
it was one of those nights where people that used to do it would get out on their bikes and try and do it again, and they probably shouldn't have. But we all had laughs.
I do recall a couple of people overshooting it. and landing flat.
That does happen.
But that's how that goes.
With the correct encouragement, that does happen.
Yeah, especially you get a little brewski in you, and you get to flying, and hey, you see your buddies doing it, and you're like, dude, I can do that, So
hold my beer.
Yeah, right. Hold my beer. It's my turn. Let me see a bike real quick. And half the time it's like, all right, fine. It's work letting them, mess
give her a shot
just a while.
Oh, there you go.
Back then, we didn't care.
Yeah.
Now he crashed and it takes you a little while to get up.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. What's one of your major crashes in your career here?
I don't know if I want to talk about that. It might be coming up.
Oh man,
Jeez.
You never know. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Major crash.
At least we're not like Sean Whitty, man. Like where Sean had to, he laid a tabletop and sat
Threw
down.
a hip out.
Yeah, he sat down.
That was a
pedal
bad
down. Yeah. Like any major crashes like at racing at all?
I've been pretty fortunate racing.
Hopefully, knock on wood. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, that's something you don't really want to talk about too much in this sport. So you just want to keep on riding. There's been lots of crashes, concussions, broken collarbones, but it comes with it.
Yeah.
But not so much on the track. Most of it was street riding and
Yeah.
motocross and downhill. I mean,
Very-
every you try it, you're gonna fall on your head eventually.
Right.
I guess.
Yeah.
And that's how it was for me for a while too. I didn't crash and do much like damage myself on the track. Only down like with him, like that's. I crashed more around him than I did at the track because like I jump on like Kubo's on his dirt jumper, bro, and do stupid stuff.
So when did you turn like novice to enter and then enter to X? Like when did you go about?
Oh, I
doing that?
started racing in it was 91.
Yeah.
And I was a novice for probably a couple of years, and then intermediate for it seemed like forever, and then I kind of moved away from the racing and quit for. I moved to Colorado and there was no BMX tracks where I lived. And
You just ride street, or did you?
I did a lot of street riding.
Yeah.
I'm more of a street rider probably than a BMXer.
Right.
But right now BMX is pretty much what there's not a lot of street scenes riding around. There's not a lot of trail scene riding around. I mean, if you want to be involved in our sport, you have to be at the track. It's just where we are.
Right. Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's got a good family orientation at the track, especially at Rockford.
Yeah.
Oh,
huge
it's the
presence.
best family.
Yeah.
The Rockford family is probably the best family there is as far as BMX is concerned.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so I've seen some like little pockets of like skate park families kind of around the like Rockford area because I go to them sometimes, but it's like nothing in comparison to the like Rockford BMX racing scene.
Right.
No,
Right.
no.
And
It's
I understand why
community.
you'd want to go there, like out of it, like other places.
Well, you're limited to a couple days a week. You might as well spend them where you want to spend them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. That's one of the major things. You start getting older, and then you got to work, and then you ain't got much time on your hands, so what are you gonna do? You gonna go ride the trails by yourself, or are you gonna go to a skate park with maybe 2 or 3 people, or are you gonna go to a track with 50 of your friends that are there?
Like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
Right. So when you came back to racing, is that when you turned expert?
Yeah, I didn't turn expert until a few years ago. I mean, it was 46 or something like that.
Right. And what year did you start the Freeport BMX team? Or like did you guys
I didn't start it. It
super
was a group
involved?
of us that that started.
When did you get involved with it?
Well, we for PHK we rode for a couple of years, and we just didn't have we needed a little more support, and we figured we could support the town, maybe make a name for the town, and put together a group of sponsors from our town to get people from Freeport to Rockford. And so the Freeport BMX team was developed, I guess. It was just something that we needed to do at the time to try and get more people involved.
So when you say get people to Rockford, that means you're helping some of the kids around here getting into riding out there? Or?
Well, yeah, there's no BMX track in Freeport, so to get people into the sport, you got to get them to the track. And the BMX team was, it's an attempt to get kids from Freeport over to Rockford, and try it out, become racers.
Right.
Right on.
Right. And I mean it's one of the things because Freeport where I live at is it's got actually a lot of BMX routes in it.
Yeah.
It's we got a couple of secrets here and spots to ride and even like our street. We do have good places to ride, in the street.
Yeah, I mean, Freeport had 3 different BMX tracks at one time. We had a track inside the racetrack, where they raced. It was called FBI. There was the Freeport Fun Center.
Yeah.
There was River Road BMX. So I mean, at one time, there was 2 or 3 different places you could go race in Freeport. Unfortunately, now there's not.
Right.
But, you can't beat Rockford BMX.
Right. Rockford's hard. And see, that's the main thing is like Rockford is just, it's one of the best. And,
Yeah. They've been
hundreds
for
of
a long
miles
time.
from us, it's-
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have it.
Yeah. For sure.
100%.
All right. So growing up in, racing, what was one of your favorite tracks that you ever got to ride?
I didn't really race a whole lot of tracks, to be honest with you. I can count them on one hand if I can remember them all. I had a lot of fun at all of them. It's a road trip. It's going somewhere with your buddies and seeing what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
So they've all been fun.
Right.
A favorite.
Anyone that like stood out, even from just like the race, even making it, a good track. About the Grands that you went to.
Well, the Grands was fun. 95 and 96.
Okay.
There was a Sooner Pearl BMX, was like a track you could ride to from the track we were at. We went out there one day and rode that, and it was a good time. Met some locals there, and it was a fun track, but it was more fun, meeting the people.
Right.
I guess that one just stands out for some reason. I don't know why.
So run us through that whole trip. Like, how did it go? Well, you got any stories from it all?
Oh,
Just run them out.
Yeah, there's some stories.
Let
I don't
us know,
if
man.
anybody wants to know about them all. But it was a classic road trip to the Grands. We went with an old good friend of mine. We met some people from Freeport, from Colorado, and had a good time that weekend. Lots of memories.
And so, what place did you end up coming in that? Did you? Bar?
I didn't make the mains that year. Because I didn't really race that much.
You went for the experience.
I mean,
went,
Grands, man.
Yeah, the Grands.
No
is
matter
an
what year it
experience.
was, it don't matter how long
2
it
years in a
was.
row, I met my friends from Freeport, from Colorado, and met them in Oklahoma City, and we raced. And I was number 2 in my district back then, racing one race a year, only because I was one of 2 people in my district that raced BMX. The mountain seemed to have a lot of BMXers in it. So it was the best numbers I've ever had those 2 years now.
Right?
I raced once a year.
Coming in number 2.
I had number 2 plate, you know?
That's what's up.
Yeah. But they have a track out there now. Eagle, Colorado has a track. And that would have been my local track now, but
Didn't have the
back
time.
then, no.
Right.
not then.
Yeah, the BMX scene up there is like wild, man. They got a lot of stuff up there.
Yeah, it's
It's
grown.
crazy now.
Colorado's grown.
Yeah. We're going to be going up there for a clinic. Go to our ripbmx.com. You can check that out. That'll be at Pikes Peak. And dude, they got Mile Highs right there. I know that Mile High is going to be running another track as well. I can't remember which one it was, but and they're all like right within, I definitely would.
Yeah, we're gonna see them all.
I would not mind
ride
ride
a lot.
all,
I just want to ride everything.
and just riding down like the street, there's like,
Normally you can have a good time every time you go to a BMX track.
yep,
You're not wrong.
yep. So I mean, so what was one of your favorite things to do up in Colorado that you said you lived up in there? What was besides
Like
riding?
street riding.
Yeah.
What kind of,
I
or
love
like
downhilling. We did a lot of downhilling. I lived there when they started letting people go up the chair lifts and hauling ass down the mountain. That was one of the funnest things I've ever done. You don't even pedal, you just downhill.
Right. Yeah, that would be nice.
Absolutely.
To just go.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, a lot of fun.
Right.
What mountains were you going down? You're out.
I lived in Vale and Beaver Creek area for 8 years.
Right on.
Yeah, definitely need to check that out when we get out there.
Yeah,
It's
definitely.
a good time.
Yeah, for sure. So, so what was one of your highlights from riding or racing or whatever?
Well, run us through your best race story.
Oh, there's, it's been so many, it's hard to pick one.
What about turning expert?
That was an honor, to finally get on the gate with
Right.
fellow expert racers that, that was an honor.
Yeah.
Hell, riding with you and Mark
Yeah.
this year, we, you sign up, and most of the time I race Mark because he's one of the only older guys out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you always, no, you're racing Mark again.
Right, right.
And then I show up and I sign up and I'm like, oh, my moto today, I got Mark and Dustin. See how well I do. But,
Yeah.
those are the fun races. Those are the ones you remember, just most of it, like I say, no pun intended, beyond the gate, right behind the gate, you have just as much fun as you do on the track.
Yeah, for sure.
Every race is a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So, what has BMX taught you as a person or mentally?
It's a tough question. I don't know. A lot.
Yeah.
But at some points in life, it keeps you away from things too, because you just focus on BMX and you kind of forget about everything else. So it's a yin and yang. It's a little give, little take. It's kept me away from a lot of things that it's given me at the same time. So, it's a tough question.
Fair.
Yeah. So, what was one of your favorite sponsors that you've ever had then?
They're all good. I mean, anybody that'll sponsor you to ride is a great sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had a whole lot. Just the local sponsors that sponsor our team every year are our greatest sponsors. The ones that keep continuing to let other kids ride BMX.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good. Every
sure.
single one of them. I've never had a favorite. They've all been great.
That's good.
So, with everything you guys are doing with the Freeport team, what's some of the stuff you're doing to keep the kids interested in it or helping the kids get there?
I think the best thing we did last year to keep the kids involved was to have the mullet contest. Honestly, that was a big success this year, Rockford. The mullet contest for the nationals and state championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They, the kids liked it. That was a fun time. And what else did you guys do besides that? I know you guys did a lot of stuff.
Joking around is the best thing you can do to keep kids at the track. You have a good time and have a good relationship with everybody that's there. It makes more people want to be part of that good relationship.
Right.
So just having a good time with everybody there is the best thing you can do.
Yeah, and I know you do a lot I know not you, but there's a lot of things at the state finals that you guys help organize and stuff. I know you guys do the bunny hop contests and stuff like that too.
Yeah, it's a team effort. I'm part of a great team.
Yeah,
the
talk what that
team,
program's like.
The Freeport team, it's a great team. We all get together. There's a group of us that get together and make those things happen. It's not just the Freeport team.
Right, there is that is true.
Yeah.
It's a good time. And we just go there with the intention to make this as good a time as we can.
Yeah.
How can we make it better? We've had people donate old trophies to us. If you don't have trophies and you got a ton of them laying around and you need them, bring them to us. We kind of give them away for all those extracurricular activities, the foot down contest, the bunny hop contest. We had a pit bike race in the parking lot this year. That was a good time. We'll continue to do that stuff, but it takes everybody's support. Everybody makes all those things happen. Even the foot down contest, it takes volunteers just to make that circle so that nobody's cheating.
Yeah, right.
And
watching people.
The volunteers make the sport.
Yeah, definitely.
And the more volunteers you have, the better time you're gonna have. Period.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. So growing up, I want to know one of these. I know I've heard one of them, but who was your main competitors?
Oh, shoot.
I know you don't want to let them know because I know he's watching. I know
most of them were my good buddies because those are the guys you ride with all the time. And of course, you always want to beat your good buddy.
Yep.
Racing around, those are the guys that usually I like beating you once. But, those are usually the guys you compete with the most, or your peers,
Right.
So everybody, everybody's been fun to ride with. You learn from everybody. I mean, if you see somebody take a line a certain way, you learn from that,
Yeah.
So everybody.
I don't know. I heard his main competitor was Don Mulvihill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You hear that, Don? You better call him out.
Years and years ago. Yeah, he's been riding around for a long time.
That's
He's one of the guys I remember racing back in the day.
Yeah. Who did you ride with a lot back in the day? Like anyone that's still riding?
Fortunately, no. I mean, of course, Mark's been around forever.
Who were they? It's like who you riding with?
Sean Whitty?
Well,
Whitty?
yeah. No, there's been street riders.
Yeah.
The street guys I've rode with for years, are still riding around. Now, when you get them out to ride.
Yeah. Shiloh. I know there's quite a few people that, like Brock. There's not nobody that really rides much more now, though.
Well, we're 50 and
Yeah,
over.
well, that's the thing, though. I when I was young, I rode with, guys that were 15, like you said, 20 years older than me, and now I'm 30 and they're old as dust. No, they're definitely getting old now, so it's like, even, some of the guys that did ride, their kids are out there riding now, and they're not really, they're out having fun, getting around the track like Nelson Brown, but it's not like they're out there, we're going pro today. It's not, no, they're out there having fun,
Right.
Which is really cool. But I mean, Nelson, I remember watching Nelson ride when I was, 6 years old. And, I got some VHSs back then when, I was not cheering him on. I wasn't cheering him on. He was getting last place and he quit, and I called him a loser.
Oh, all right.
But, you got to pedal, Nelson. You got to pedal. Never give up. You ever race Elkhorn? Did you ever get to race Elkhorn?
Oh, yeah, I raced Elkhorn a few times.
So you got some crazy, stories. You race there, and that's a crazy story.
Oh, yeah, Elkhorn's a crazy lap every time you take it.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It's a fun track to ride.
Yeah, for sure. Did you get to go there, when it was, when we,
The
starting
wood
hill?
jumps?
Yeah.
I raced there in the 90s, early 90s.
Okay.
91 through 93.
Okay. Yeah.
So very short
Yeah.
time, really.
I mean, and now it's closed. You got to go before.
I did go one more time when I started racing again 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And rest in peace to the barn.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
barn.
Unfortunately, not there anymore.
Yeah.
It was a great place. I really miss its presence.
Yeah, that had a very big impact on a lot of riders' skills. You would notice
100%.
the skill level that they gain from there when they go to Rockford BMX after the winter. The technicality that it took to ride that track was just it was crazy,
Definitely it made you. Definitely.
You had to commit to ride the barn.
Yeah.
Commit to first turn.
Yeah,
Yep.
especially going to a turn that's 2 people wide, but you got 8 people going in there, and they all want that one spot.
Oh yeah.
And
It's
at
scary.
least 5 of them, are not scared to go for it. So it's like,
5 of them were diving.
yeah, dude, that was probably one of the funnest times of my BMX career, was going to Elkhorn watching the pros.
Yeah.
Woo, crazy. Like Mo Tillman.
Yeah.
Nobody could beat Mo at Elkhorn, man. You remember was there any pro racing when you went back then?
Not at Elkhorn. No, I never saw any pro
No?
racing up there. Just Rockford pro racing in the ground.
Yeah. So who was your favorite pro back then?
Oh. There's been so many over the years to pick your favorite rider would be pretty tough.
Yeah, it is.
Well, top 3 then. Top 3.
Of all, I mean, riders or racers?
Racers.
Oh, shoot.
Just off the top of the head.
I know we were just watching some old stuff right before this.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you can gain a little bit of knowledge from all of them. You watch them all; they all do different things, different ways. So to pick your favorite, it's like picking your favorite band. How do you do that?
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of a hard question.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, because you can gain anything. Like, you watch.
Yeah. I mean, every rider you
I
can
do
learn a little
agree.
something from. You just gotta enjoy. Every rider can have a great run. And you're just like, that's the things that when somebody, even the rider that's learning to do something, you'll be at the trails and he's barely getting over one jump. He finally makes it over the jump. Right then, that's your favorite rider, because he's progressing,
Right.
I guess that's the way the whole sport's been. Everything's great until somebody does something greater, and and I guess that's
The appreciation
where I'm at
of the
now.
art. The appreciation of the art of BMX.
Right. Even like you go to the track and you see somebody finally getting the gate for their first time, and they're like little kids, they're scared to death of that gate. And you finally see them snap their first gate. And right then you're like, that's my favorite rider right now,
So it shows a little bit of inspiration.
Yeah. I mean, that's, I guess, what keeps this thing alive.
Yeah. Well, what's your favorite three? Let's see what your favorite three is.
Top three.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I want to know this.
So Mike Day. Mike Day.
Yeah.
Mike Day. Because like you see, you gotta think about it. My era is like 08 to 14.
Yeah.
When I would have chosen that, like, that kid to look up to kind of.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
So it's like Mike Day, Danny Callilog, because I really like the intense podiums.
Dude, he was good, man.
I really like the intense podiums, and
Man, you didn't get to watch Mario Soto.
yeah, no, I didn't. And then I think Tyler Whitfield, like, just because I got to see him like locally.
T-Wit, yeah. I mean, Tyler definitely had some skills that were like out of this world, bro.
Yeah, it was gnarly, and it was so cool because it was like I was like the younger side of his class.
Yeah.
So like, and then I turned X like way late, like because I was like 14, 15 when I turned X. So getting to see all that as he his last AM year and then turning pro, I was like, dang, that's crazy. I had to race him last year.
Yeah. He introduced a lot of skill to BMX, and a lot of people followed suit and got better at doing what he was doing, and even doing it, his edits and stuff, So that that's pretty cool.
So yeah, we gotta go hear yours too now.
Dude, Mario Soto's definitely one of them for sure. You remember Mario Soto? Rode for Power Light back in the day.
The name rings a bell.
Man,
sorry, no.
Really good, but he ended up dying.
Unfortunately.
Motorcycle accident, I do believe.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, that sucked. Kyle Bennett, man. God, that's definitely up there as well.
He inspired me to learn how to pull manual stuff.
Yeah, and man, dude, Bubba Harris, man, like Bubba Harris is, and see, Bubba is probably one of the reasons, like, why, I wanted to go pro, because dude, he was so young when he went, and I was like, dude, he can do it, I can do it,
Yeah.
And dude, he kicked butt, man. So that's probably my top three. All right, so since we're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon, if you got little guys that are watching or anybody that's wanting to start BMX, what would you tell them?
Come to the track, please. Just come to the track.
Yeah.
And
what's the best advice for them?
Join the Beginners League. The Beginners League program has been great success over at Rockford BMX. I unfortunately haven't been able to hang out on Saturdays when they do that, but the people that have come into the sport from that has been wonderful, and they do a great job. The volunteers at the track do a great job with the kids, and by the time you leave the BMX League, you'll be ready to rock.
Yeah, I do actually recall like some of the kids coming out of the Beginners League and like winning their first race.
Yeah, it's a great program. You just got to show up at the track and ask somebody what we need to do, and we will get you where you need to go.
Yeah. Try not to be so nervous.
Yeah, just show up.
Yeah,
don't be scared.
Have fun.
Yeah.
because it's a great time.
And it's crazy because it's like all you got to do is you really just got to bring the people to the track, and then the bug bites most people. Like,
Oh yeah.
I brought my friend Wyatt to the track. My friend Colby, I just brought him to the track last week or last Saturday at Steel Wheels. He rode for the first time, and it's like as soon as you're getting all these kids to the track, they just want to ride. You just got to get them to see it.
Yeah. Bring them with you.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I don't know. We got a few more questions here. I know he said he's still riding.
I race about 3 races a
Yeah.
year.
So what bike do you ride then?
This year I got a new bike. I've been riding that. It's 22-inch standard. I'll be riding that for the next, as long as I can. Yes, as long as I hopefully can.
What's the build out on it? Like, what are the wheels you're running?
I got a 22-inch wheel.
What hubs?
So you riding just like what OS 20 then kind of?
No, it's 22-inch. Standard. They made the bike for me that I love to death. And that's probably what I'll be riding on the track until I'm done riding on the track.
Nice.
Yeah.
Standard. I mean, can't go wrong with it.
No, you can't go wrong at all. They built a really nice bike for me.
Yeah. What like hubs, cranks,
Oh,
kind of stuff.
We don't need to get into all the parts on my bike like that. I mean, I'd love to talk about it, but I don't want to bore you with all of that.
All right.
He ain't fast enough.
It doesn't. No, the bike never makes the rider. The rider rides the bike.
Fair enough.
I mean, when it comes down to, parts and all that, I mean, it does come down to the rider, but,
It's the old saying goes, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And it doesn't matter what bike you're on, you can win on any bike at any time.
Yeah. That definitely, I mean, I've been able to ride, pretty much, it gets harder once you start getting older, I feel like. You can't just jump on any other bike,
But you don't want to discourage a kid by thinking he's got to have the sweetest bike because he doesn't. He just got to have that heart to go for it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of kids get distracted by, parts and the flashiest bike when some of the best kids that ride this sport have an old beat up bike that they just love to ride every day.
There's more worried about
and you can do whatever you want on a cheap bike as you can on a fast bike. You just gotta have the want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to, do you want a new part or do you want to do another lap?
Yeah.
I mean, I was one of those people that my dad was driving out of the park to get me, like in the car.
Yeah.
Like he was leaving and I'd have to chase him down,
Yeah.
And that's why I got so good. It wasn't because I had great parts and, great bike and all
You
that.
just gotta have the heart.
Yeah, I rode.
Right.
That definitely helped.
Right.
Helped a lot. But so yeah, I mean, you got any other questions for him? No? Yeah.
I got a couple questions for you guys.
Oh yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
What's going on this year?
What's going on this year?
Yeah, what's going on with you guys?
Whoa.
Enough about me.
I think trying to get a bunch of clinics rolling. And
Yeah.
trying to hit a bunch of nationals.
Yeah, we got a whole bunch of stuff going, man. Like we got the RIP clinics going. We got RIP parts coming out. All the next year. I'll be Vet Pro, so I'll be doing a Vet Pro class.
Right. What's your first race there?
That'll be South Carolina.
Yep.
So I've been doing a little extra workout.
Right.
A little bit, I guess if that's what you want to call it, but I've been trying to take it a little bit more serious. I might take it a little more serious after I'm going to get my butt whooped the first time. But I'm just trying to. My main thing with this year is to have fun. I want to, Vet Pro. My
Rule number one.
Yeah, and my expectations are not. I'm not going to go out there and whoop Barry. I'm not going to go out there and whoop Mosquito. Can I hang with them? Yeah, I might be able to hang with them. But I'm not, I'm not going to have the expectation to go out there and whoop them. I just want to go have fun and to be able to give back to the riders as much as I can this year.
Right.
So these clinics are definitely going to help with that.
what's been you guys' most rewarding part of doing what you're doing now with the clinics and stuff?
And getting to see those kids progress, man. I love seeing the like excitement on those kids' face coming back to you saying, "Yo, I got first this weekend," or "Hey, I just did this jumper." And it's so crazy to see how it all lights up on them, and just they get to see it all. Like that, you get to see it all.
Yep, same thing with me. Remembering their names, that was the most rewarding. Dude, like having all these kids come up, and that was my I'd make sure to remember every one of the kids' names. Like that was one of my main points, and being able to do that later on, to go to the track, like how I was just at the track the other day and said something to Bowden, and and the kids are just like, he knows my name. That right there is just awesome to me.
It definitely means a lot to the kids.
Yeah, like, and
it does.
It's cool for me to be able to remember because I can't remember nothing. It's hard for me to remember.
It gets worse.
I can only imagine, but that's definitely very rewarding. Is just watching the kids and seeing how much they take from us and how much we can help them progress.
That's BMX.
Mm-hmm.
That it is.
Yeah, and that's what makes it keep growing. So I mean, that's kind of we're at the point where I'm at the point. He's still a little younger, but I'm at the point where it's like I'm getting in where I'm trying to get in the younger kids and bring them up and make them great.
Where you want to see all them hit their primes too. You want
Right.
to see them stride. You want to see them do amazing.
Right, and not be discouraged if they're not doing good in the class or losing. I lost for a long time. It took me a long time to start doing really good. So yeah. So anybody you would like to thank though? Anybody you'd like to thank?
Everybody. I mean, there's too long a list to thank.
Don't want to leave anyone out.
No,
Right.
yeah, right. Everybody that continues to support our sport.
Mm-hmm. Mainly
Every
Jake.
single, yeah. Well, there's a
that's
legend.
just
You were talking
yeah.
legendary status.
Yeah,
there.
that's just a
You
piece of the
can't
puzzle.
thank that guy enough, but he'd be the first to tell you that it takes a team of people to make everything work. And
Right.
every week it takes a team of everybody, whether it's a new kid's parents, the person in concession stand, the guy that picks up the trash, the whole thing. It takes us all. It takes everything. Like I said, the new parents, it takes them.
Yeah.
To bring kids to the sport and show them what we got.
Right. Well, that's awesome, man. Well, we would like to thank you for coming on.
Yeah, so we appreciate it all.
I thank him.
Appreciate being here.
Yeah, I thank him for bringing. He built the place where I became what I am. It definitely helped me a lot.
I didn't do anything.
Well, he helped a little
There's
bit.
a team of people.
Yeah, exactly.
done.
That's the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
BMX is a full team. Because I'm one of the same things. Like I try to go down and build jumps by myself.
It's an art form.
It's just you can't do it by yourself, man.
No, and it takes time and it takes passion.
Yeah.
Like
right.
everything that you want to be good at.
Yeah.
I mean, you just gotta do it. You know.
Right.
But nobody gets anything done by themselves.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And that for all those guys that helped.
Oh,
all of you guys know who you are. You guys all know who you are.
Right. Yeah.
I appreciate all you guys.
For sure.
And with that said, we got a couple people that we want to thank, like Rip BMX and Mega Design Group.
I'd like to thank Rip BMX as well.
Yeah. Dye Job Apparel.
Dye Jobs. Yeah.
Did I say Mega Design Group? See, I can't remember just 2 seconds ago.
Okay.
Tell me.
EVB products.
Yeah, EVB products. Gate 9. I know I didn't say Gate 9.
Did you say T-Bone yet?
T-Bone? I don't know. We might have. T-Bone.
Thank you, T-Bone.
T-Bone. He does a lot for us. Go check him out.
Don't forget to check out the merch on the Ripped website.
Yes, there is Ripped BMX, and they are there is Beyond the Gate merchandise as well. So if you guys like the show, go ahead and we'll put all the
links in
the
the bio.
profit from profit from that will go to the towards the show. So yeah, whatever.
All right, well,
we're
Thank
just
you
here
guys
having
for your
fun, man.
time, man.
Yep, thank you guys.
Have a
and
good
we'll
one.
you
See
guys
y'all on the
later.
next one.